Hello and welcome to Lesson 3 Internet Marketing in Plain English for Over 50 Entrepreneurs. Hi, my name is Richard Grijalva. I'm the best selling author of the book, The Boomerpreneur Revolution: How Baby Boomers Are Turning Their Knowledge into Profits. And I'm also the founder of the Over 50 Entrepreneurs Internet Marketing Video Tutorial Program. And in this series of training videos, I'm going over information about before the internet. Now, this is the things that are in play today. So I'm not suggesting these things are not being used today, but I wanted to come up with some ideas of being able to build the leverage, the bridge of explaining what these terms mean after the internet, because a lot of these things can be transferable. And what happens in every industry is that the information technologists came up with a new language of their own, and if you understand the language, then you can communicate. But if you don't, then it's extremely hard to talk to one another. So I built this program to explain to the over 50s, the boomers, the people who don't really understand this new lingo by using stuff we really know, the language that you and I can talk in, and then build this leverage. So, a quick review. In the first lesson, I talked about the moment of truth because I'm really going over the buying cycle, the buying steps, the buying process, and then what is it that we need to do for our internet marketing. So, I went over the moment of truth, and this is the point when your customer has decided that the problem's got bad enough that they're going to take action. And we used to go to the yellow pages and find someone that could solve our problem, but in today's world, of course, we go online and search, and we use our criteria, words and phrases that are important to us, and these are translated into keywords. Keywords are very important because this is what the search engines are using in order to find what people are looking for. And of course, the goal is placement. In the yellow pages is to be the first one on that page. And in a website online, we're using search engine optimization to accomplish the same thing. In the yellow pages, it's page ads. In Google, it's called AdWords. Same idea. With AdWords, of course, it's tied to your keywords, which makes it much more targeted and focused. Then we went on to the next step, which is once they click onto your site, I wanted you to consider or think about it, not as a website, but as a virtual front door into your business. And I used a newspaper as a way to translate the design of what's important in the newspaper and what you need to include in your website. These things are what you find here: niche, making sure it's niched, and having banners, headlines, navigation, images, especially video, and great content. Now, we're going on to step 3 in the buying process. So once they come in to your virtual front door looking for ways to solve their problem, what they're after, outside of looking, is, are there tools there to help me? Because what they really want to understand is, do you know? Can you really provide the result to solve it? So we offer them video training programs, audio programs, ebooks, guides, templates, how to's, all these various things, because that's what the customer or potential customer is looking for. This is part of the evaluation that they go through in a sales funnel that they themselves are doing. Now, the sales funnel is those things that are familiar with salespeople, but they're going through and determining suspects and eventually prospects. These are the things that help qualify a prospect. Do you understand how to solve my problem? So now, before the internet, what would happen is you'd go to a store and they have these big things there that said sign up, and they wanted you to sign up for their newsletter or to get some occasional information about a sale. Now, why did they do this? And in fact, as I said before, these are things that people are still doing. They have the sheet there and they're asking you, would you put your name and your address so I can send this information to you? They're looking not just to let you know about a sale, but they're looking to establish a relationship with you so that when you come up with a problem, you'll think about them and you'll call upon them and use their product or services. Now, after the internet, there's something we see, which is an opt-in box where the people will ask you to enter your name and email, or just your email, to get information and get some free content. But here's what's happening. There's something called an autoresponder, and really the thing you need to know about an autoresponder is that there are a series of emails that you create, that you deliver on a scheduled basis that you decide over time. And this is run automatically for you. So once somebody opts in, they get an email that's going to welcome them and provide that download of whatever it was that you're offering, introduce your business. And then there's a follow up email, which is giving them some good content, and then a series of emails. Now, the reason we want to do this is because we don't want to start off with buy my stuff. We want to build a relationship with them. And then over time, as they get to know and trust you, then you can offer the sell. Now, you can offer it sooner. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea about the autoresponder is that you create your emails once, and then you set up a series of them. And then this is giving great content to build that relationship. As opposed to before the internet, which is we all had the intent of saying, I'm going to really do these newsletters once a month or every quarter or every week, and they never get done because we get bogged down with all the stuff that our business takes. This way, with an autoresponder, it's automatic. Now, this is one of the things that most businesses completely overlook. They don't understand and get it or use it. This is very important in establishing that relationship. And as we look at before the internet, the other thing we would do is that we would offer free samples. Now, these samples that we would offer people, they weren't scaled down. They weren't less than. These were the exact products. We wanted them to test our product out, and it costs money. We're giving away a free sample of our stuff that we could receive money for. And I want you to be thinking about that when I talk about after the internet. So they gave great samples of their product for you to sample. And obviously, if you like it, then you're going to go ahead and buy it. Now, there's also white papers. White papers most commonly are case studies, providing information on other people that have had the same problem as you, and they got a result by using their product and service, and they're explaining how they did that. And of course, the last thing is about a demonstration. If I could demonstrate my service or my product to you, then this would answer your questions, and then potentially you become a buyer. Now, what are we doing with after the internet? There's something that's called a lead magnet. And really that term is really like the before the internet. It's giving things product samples or case studies, white papers, or demonstrations in order to attract potential clients. So you're looking at giving them something that is so valuable that they want to sign up for your list, because it's important to build your list. Now, what we offer is the ability to download an ebook for free, or a guide, or some audio files, or free video, podcast, or even webinars. I'm going to a quick note here. When you look at podcasting, imagine how much it would cost you before the internet to advertise on radio, do radio ads. Or how about saying, I would like to have a half-hour program every week where I could talk about problems my industry or market has. And of course, at the end of it, you're going to talk about the product and service you offer. What would that cost? Well, if you podcast, it costs you nothing. That's the idea here. This is a phenomenal way to be able to provide great information at the same time you're leading them back to your site. Webinars, which we'll talk about later, but webinars are terrific, and every top expert businesses are using webinars to help convert potential customers into customers, or taking customers and teaching them how they can use their products or services even better. Now, I want to stop here for a moment, because both webinars and videos, imagine what it would cost to be on television and using their ads. It's pretty expensive, but you can do these things, again, for free. And ebooks, the rest of it. So the whole idea here with these lead magnets is you're providing incredibly valuable educational content. Today's marketing is teaching, it's education, and every one of your competitors is doing it. Your goal is to come up with some content that's better. Now, remember when I talked about the sample? They're giving away samples of not a lesser than, it's the actual product that you could buy. It's the same idea here. Your content has to be so valuable that someone would say, well, you could charge for that. When they say that and you're giving away for free, that's great, because what's going in in their mind, if you're giving that away for free, I wonder what the program would be like on the one I would buy. And that's what you want to be able to do, because essentially the goal on both sides here is to build a list. You really want to build a list. There's a thing that people will say that the money is in the list, and they say that because it's true. So let's do a quick recap here. We want to build your list. Now, before the internet and after the internet. Before, we would have them sign up to a newsletter. Today, we have them opt in on our website. And opting in is just that. By choice, they're going to opt in to be on your list to get free content, great educational content, and then follow up with the information that's going to help them. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about there is that the occasional follow-up becomes a scheduled follow-up because you're using an autoresponder with emails. And this is important that you do that. Next is a customer list is a customer list. That's the goal. How do I build and add more customers to my list to be able to build a relationship and communicate with them? So your action steps. What I want you to do is to go out and develop your free educational content and guides and videos, MP3s, the different things that people want with your particular market niche and your expertise. And then select an autoresponder that you'll be able to use. You'll then have to figure out all the autoresponders that give you the tools in developing an opt-in box. Develop what your email series will be, and then load them into your autoresponder. That's a one-time deal, and you can do them, every so often. Develop your offer, and then launch it. Now let's go through the recap of the buying cycle. So we started off in the first lesson with the moment of truth. And when the moment of truth happens and they have a problem they're going to solve, they go online and search. They go to the virtual door, and then after the virtual door, they're tying in and they want free information and reports, and that's what we just talked about. Now, I have a module for you, and it's called How to Build Your List, strangely enough. So it's following this buying cycle. So the first one is talking about keywords. The second one is talking about the virtual front door. This one is 7 lessons that's going to teach you how to build and create your own free content that you can offer, how to set up your emails, looking for autoresponders, and goes through and explains how you use this to build this relationship. So if this is something that is of interest to you, I have a link below. You can click it, go on to the site, see the other modules that's available. It's at a great price to see if this is something that you would be interested in using. Now, as always, I would like for you to leave some comments, if you will, and let me know if this has been useful and helpful and kind of clearing up this thing about internet marketing. If you have questions, please put them there. I look at this and I'll answer them on this one or the other 2 videos. That'd be fine. And then that's it for now, because tomorrow you're going to get the next lesson. So I'll see you in the next video.